Corvus Glaive is a ramp card first and foremost. He is not a discard enabler the way that we want him to be, because the randomness only encourages the thing that we don't want him to encourage. Ella. Welcome in, everyone. For those who do not know, my name is Guest, also known as ItsGuestGaming, and I'm going to show you my favorite deck from the first couple of tests with Corvus Glaive. It's Ramp. But as always, do me a quick favor, please just hit that like and subscribe button down below. It really helps the channel. We have a very unique card, and right now, in all of the discard shells I've tried him in, he just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like we're doing discard right when we're playing Corvus Glaive. So there's gonna have to be additional theory crafting and testing, but for the very fast first day reaction, I'm gonna say that he's definitely a pretty decent ramp card, and he is competition for Electro. Not for Wave, but definitely for Electro. So where does the benefit actually lie? And I think it lies more so in the difference between the 2 power stat and the 5 power stat. The 5 power stat line is giving you priority more so in that lane, and when you're pushing now in that lane, that's where I think that we are going to see a little bit more with Corvus Glaive in this shell. This is my ramp deck. This is a Galactus deck that I've been working on. There's a couple of very key pieces I want to acknowledge. Number one is Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck works incredibly well for specifically Corvus Glaive because you know what card you're guaranteed to pull, so you can make some damage mitigation decisions earlier on. Once you plop him down onto turn 1 or 2 even, it's completely fine. Then go ahead and Corvus Glaive, knowing what you're guaranteed to pull, so you're one step ahead. And that extended hand is actually very valuable for this deck, and I saw myself regularly actually needing to know that Howard the Duck card so I can then decide, is it worth it to Corvus Glaive on this turn, or is it worth it to go Wave instead and just ramp out something else a different way? Or can I afford to take the sacrifice because I know I'm about to pull, let's say, Galactus? Further than that, you do have a couple of very key core synergies. You have your Doom Odin, which is always going to be there. You have your Galactus Alioth. But more so, I want to acknowledge the strength of Arrow in this deck, because one of the most important synergies in this is being able to ramp out Arrow early, or have it be your great Galactus defensive line later on. Now, because you've pushed priority, you're able to move those later cards, because remember, Arrow did get a change. With the Arrow change, it'll now move the last card played by your opponent, and that's incredibly important to know depending on how the priority is going to go. So when you have a card like Corvus Glaive versus an Electro, that is actually going to be very, very different, because now you're moving the last card, most likely because you have priority because of the higher power from Corvus Glaive, versus more than likely playing from behind, and now it's a little bit of a random chance depending on how that ramps out if you had out your Electro. So I did really like that synergy in particular to keep that lane clear, and Odining on top of it on turn 5 if you get that ramp to pop out even earlier with it. That's a really strong synergy just as well, because you're super stacking one lane with already 17 power. I thoroughly enjoy this. Now, yes, it is a Sandman deck, of course, but I actually found myself not needing to play Sandman as often in this deck. It was more so about the on-reveal effects and getting the 2-packs that are built into it. It did feel incredibly strong and game-winning. I'm pretty happy with how the initial results were. But let me make this very clear again. Please, let's not encourage the Hela players any further. This card is good for Hela most likely, but once Proxima gets here, we'll talk next week. So we'll do some theory crafting with it. Here's some gameplay from the Galactus deck with this style of ramp of Corvus Glaive. If you enjoyed today's content, please hit that like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on Corvus Glaive. Enjoy the gameplay. Kevin Feige. All right. Sure. Ooh, okay. I like this. Corvus get into ramp with Crimson Cosmo. That could be fun. It's a pretty good scenario, nevertheless. I see you, Jeff. I have one too. Mine's just black and white. Jeff Zabu Quinjet. Okay. Hard card. Iceman. 0. I mean, this is great as is, so yeah. Let's do it there. There we go. Yo, Solace, using the Amazon Prime. Thank you so much for supporting the channel here. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's play. Where do we want to play here? Here. That 0 in X Mansion's hurting me. I still have the Prio though. So then. Spread the love. So 14, 10. Ooh, you move your jet too. Woohoo! Yeah. So the reason I like Corvus here in this deck versus Electro is that because of the Galactus line in particular, you want priority going into your Galactus flip. And I think he gives you that little bit of an advantage, and I'm balancing it out with Howard so I can know what else is about to be drawn if I decide to get rid of my 2 cards. So I'm building ahead of time, essentially, as long as Howard is here, see? Because I'm not going to feel bad. Like, if Gamora, Galactus are in my hand right now, we're going to get 2 more draws. Because of the order of how this deck is built, especially, I mean, right now, especially, if nothing else were to happen, I'd be in a pretty solid situation and I'd still be ahead in mana. So I'm going to go for it. Let's see if Galactus stands or if Gamora stands. Neither. Okay. Mana ahead. The mana ahead could be really good for us now because we're still waiting on Odin, Doom, Arrow, right? If it's a large one, we can put out the wave. There we go. Play it card by card, right? Odin's coming in on top of it. So we're good. We're pretty stellar. 15 in the mid, at least 17 in the left. That is an inked Human Torch. Very nice. What am I gonna draw? Jeff. I'm just debating if dooming into Nexus is worth it. I think it is for now. Jeff will come on down. We can play Jeff to buy time. Actually, we can play Jeff and Odin if we want to, depending on what we're about to draw final.
Doom rules all.
Oof. That dagger going into the cloak. And they're setting up. What's on deck? Eliath. Okay, so this is a prio play now. So they're gonna load mid to slide. Yeah. Let them load it. And then Eliath on deck. We have the prio.
Are ye
So now
worthy?
it's just a play.
Doom
With Iron Fist
rules
moving
all.
last into that lane, it makes sense for them to Heimdall left. Because that would mean Cloak, Torch, and Dagger move, and Heimdall would be better than the Iron Fist. So I expect it there. Like a book!
Victory.
Sorry, that was a little enthusiastic. I know, it's a purple fart cloud. It's bad, but like, when you read a deck really well, it feels so good. You know what that's like. When you get a really, really good read. Oh, look, it's Corvus. Danger. Danger room. Danger. 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 Sorry. That was your daily freak out. As I'm struggling, don't mind me. Let's go for it. Come on, Corvus. Show me something good. Boom, boom. That allows Gamora to come on down. You lived.
Oh, yay.
Why not Hobgoblin instead of Arrow? Is it because it would make a Galactus telegraphed? Yes, that's exactly it. Arrow in a Galactus list can be such a clutch move because it's doing two things. One, especially because you're more often than not with an Arrow list, you're playing from behind. So moving that turn 5 card to where you want it so you can keep a lane open for a turn 6 Galactus is a huge play. Additionally, defensive wise, as you saw in the last one or a couple games ago where I could Odin on top of the Arrow to keep that lane consistently clear, like it's a really, really strong card for Galactus. Highly recommended. So I'm gonna go for this. Sacrifice Jeff to keep Prio. Oh wait, shit, Ghost is on the board. Fuck. Duh. Well, there's Sarah dies, so that makes me feel a little better about the Sarah control there. Sitting on 2 and 3. Definitely looking at a Ms. Marvel mid with some hope.
Oh, snap.
And Sarah died, so I don't feel bad snapping. 22 in this side with a lopsided. Yeah, 12 in the mid, 22 on the right, and a 5 security in the rickety if they don't play anything there. Or it's just keeping the lane to a tiebreaker at 22-12. They Shadow King. That brings me down another 5. So it's just a balance. I'm at 17. They go to 12. They would still need another 5 on top of that, and then tie. Tie break. So I feel pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised to see like Gladiator come on out.
Doom rules all.
Man-Thing reduction is not enough. They're playing Man-Thing in a control list. I love it.
Victory.
Can't be upset about that. Yes, look at you, Jerry, rocking out all those sub emotes. Appreciate you, man. I know, hashtag math. All right, do I still have a command for it? No, I don't? All right. I need to make a math command. So I wonder, well, I shouldn't say I wonder. I guess I'm sitting here now dancing to Baby Shark. Dragon Dust says dance monkey. Thank you, buddy. I wonder, is it more beneficial to hold Jeff in this deck? Because then either A, it's a Corvus target, or B, it's a turn 6 Gamora plus thing on a Sandman. You know what? It's actually, I think, better to hold it. I'm going to hold it. Any must-have upcoming cards besides War Machine? I think Mockingbird's very interesting. I think Pixie is going to completely change the entire landscape of the game. For like a good solid week. I agree, Proxima is kind of critical for discard. Damn. I use holding Jeff as a euphemism for taking a lead. I hate you. Chala. Hey.
Before Galactus.
All right. You've been ducked.